Mosaic is a very big landowner in Florida, as you know. We own almost 300,000 acres in Florida. And we always reclaim our land after mining, and we always do an amazing job of that. We always put everything back the way it was in an environmentally sustainable way and in a way that's required by law and our permits. But one of the issues with that is hardly anybody ever sees our reclamation work. And we wanted to let the public know what we really do and invite the public onto our property in a bold and big way. And that was really the first spark of inspiration for Streamsong, is what could we do to bring the public onto Mosaic's land and show them what post-mining land really looks like. So in about 2010, we found that sweet spot of just the right size, the right program, the right business model that can be, that was affordable but was also sustainable. And finding that sweet spot is not easy. We thought that there was definitely a market out here for meeting space, for the kind of rooms that we have, for restaurants, and definitely for golf. There are some things about it that are counterintuitive on the surface, that Florida already has a lot of golf and a lot of pretty good golf.
At Streamsong, much of our beginning really started with the attention to planning 2 extraordinary golf courses. In the state of Florida, there's hundreds of golf courses that have great history of golf, and yet we knew that by building 2 18-hole golf courses in Florida, that to cause someone to spend the time that we wanted them to spend, that these 2 courses really needed to be extraordinary.
But we thought with our land and this enormous sand stockpile that we have here, that we could do something really special. So, you know, on the surface, does Florida need more golf? Probably not. But there's a philosophy that there's always room for something really good. And we were convinced that we could do something really good, and we did. 2 attributes of this property that are unique. One is we've got a sand stockpile here that was a remnant of our mining operations. It's somewhere between 12 and 15 million cubic yards of sand on top of the ground. And thankfully, in the 2008-2009 timeframe, we had some executives in our company, namely Rich Mack, who's my boss, realized that sand was perfect for golf, and that it needed to be golf, had amazing potential. So thankfully it was earmarked and protected for that purpose.
So 2-3 years ago, we went out to figure out who are those extraordinary golf architects, and it wasn't too hard to find. Tom Doak, Bill Core, Ben Crenshaw, renowned golf course architects, really at the top of their game in the industry. And we approached them to come to this area and see if they would fall in love with this same landscape that we thought would be ideal for 2 18-hole golf courses. And sure enough, when they came onto the site, they were just taken away by the natural beauty. The homes, there are no home sites, there's no structures or anything that you would resemble as far as a traditional Florida landscape for golf. And for that reason, they jumped at the chance. They saw in the simplicity of this raw, wild landscape something that they could craft and really move 2 golf courses into a national scene. And that's truly what has happened in the course of a 1.5 years of opening Streamsong Red and Streamsong Blue. We have taken a concept, an idea, the purity of golf, taking it back as deep in our tradition and authentic golf as we could, and our customer has absolutely become our cheerleaders in championing what normally is considered average looking golf, and have moved the experience of golf to a national level.
And it's also very natural. You know, the philosophy that we wanted our guests to go away with was that when you're in a room or you're in a business meeting or when you're here, you can just reach right out of the building and touch nature. And then, you know, we thought hard about what is real nature here in this place. And we didn't want to overlay this place with a heavy hand of kind of landscape architecture. The landscape here is native. And it's not that we've just planted a whole bunch of native materials or had some xeriscaping philosophy. We want the actual Florida landscape to come right up to the building. I mean, everything you see maybe in the view of this camera, with very few exceptions, is just here. I mean, we planted hardly anything. We just didn't disturb more than we needed to. And we want the real Florida to come right up to where our guests are.
For our guests here at Streamsong, I would say the wow factor is simply the unanticipated beauty that surrounds the resort. You don't have to fish and yet really marvel at the beauty of nature right at the front door of our lodge. You don't have to golf and yet be impressed by the scenery and the stillness and the simple layout that we've planned for our golf. The nature trail that surrounds the property and just coming out, and for many people visiting Florida, it doesn't require a beach, it doesn't require an amusement park. It's really one-on-one. You actually hear birds, you have the breeze that you feel right now. It's just something that few people coming to Florida expect, anticipate, or even know that they've missed when they've come before. And so that point of difference, we've made it really simple for the guests to automatically just embrace the beauty, the setting, and find a niche on a very large property to be all their own. And for that, we think Streamsong has been uniquely planned for that traveler that's looking for something new.
So the sand was the first thing, and this lake right behind us was the second thing. This lake is well known amongst the locals as some of the best bass fishing in the whole state of Florida. So what could we do with that? And we decided to build a program around that was golf and a lodge, and that grew into meeting space, and total of 228 rooms with a spa and a fishing program and a shooting sporting clays program, and we're pretty pleased with the ride so far.
And we now welcome first-timers to Polk County on a daily basis, and they are just taken away by the natural beauty. And it is oftentimes, as we bring a first-time customer to golf, they look at more of the landscape that surrounds the golf course than actually the golf course itself, and that's really remarkable. We have no homes. We have really no human structure that is usually associated with golf courses in Florida, and for that, the simplicity of golf stays to its true nature here at Streamsong.
The question I get a lot is, why do the buildings look like this? Why modern in such a rural setting? It is unexpected, and it wasn't about modernism. We also get, it looks kind of Frank Lloyd Wright, is it prairie style? And no, it wasn't intentionally that way at all.
The style of architecture is modern, sophisticated, and yet very simple. For a first-time visitor, they'd be able to really navigate on their own throughout the property and finding a lot of the extra touches that we've planned for our guests to come back over and over and over.
There's very few clues in the environment or the history of this place as to what the right design style should have been. Usually when I've done other projects in my experience, there's some logical reason why you would pick a style or an architect, or there's something in the history or the respect for the indigenous architecture, something. Out here there wasn't any, other than Florida Cracker maybe, and that just wasn't big enough. The only clue that we had, and the only thing that made logical sense, was to pick up on the minimalist philosophy of the golf courses, which preceded the buildings. So we picked 3 golf course architects, Bill Coor, Ben Crenshaw, and Tom Doak, who had a similar philosophy that they call minimalism. And what that means in golf is just a very gentle hand on the courses of uncovering golf holes and features that are already there. So they didn't move a lot of dirt, respect for the land, don't change things a lot. discover holes. It's almost like sculpture. They just kind of uncover what's already there. It's a beautiful process. But that came first, and that minimalism, we picked up on that minimalism, or that minimalistic philosophy on everything else for the whole resort. So the infrastructure, there's very few signs, there's no street lights, there's no big entry feature, and that's purposeful. The buildings are a building architectural interpretation of minimalism. So it's not that they're intentionally modern, it's that they're minimalist, and what that means is that all the pretense or conventional thinking about what a luxury resort should look like is just sort of stripped away.
The guest rooms are one of those places that you're going to spend some time at, and so when we did the planning for that, we did some extra care. The rooms are purposely large. They have seating areas that are added to that comfort. We've put all the amenities in the bathroom that, as a traveler coming in, we've planned for everything.
And we questioned everything from tableware to room design to materiality to amenities and soaps, and everything about this resort was questioned and thought about in terms of what's the right thing for Streamsong, not the right thing for any particular style or any particular brand. We're not a branded hotel.
The lodge is fun to experience because for Central Florida, we feel that it's remarkably different from anything that they might anticipate. Naming
is one of the hardest things you can imagine. I mean, for those of us who have children and how we struggle with what to name them, you almost want to wait till they're born and then say, okay, you look like a Brian, or you look, and then it'd be easier that way, but we don't have that luxury. So we go through a very rigorous process of hiring very expensive Madison Avenue kind of companies and going through long lists. I think we started with 500 names, went through focus groups, testing, got it down to 20 and then down to 5, and Streamsong came out of that mix, but it rose to the top after we put all the focus groups aside and then just got our core team together to talk about it. You also don't want to be too literal with names. After a while, they just become their own thing. But there is a stream, there is a song. The stream is Little Payne Creek, which is what looks like a lake behind us is actually a functional stream system. And the song is for us the sound of the wind blowing through the native grasses, which is audible, and especially because it's so quiet here, you can hear that, and it's beautiful.
Besides the care that we've taken in finding 3 extraordinary golf architects, we also knew that the experience that our golfer was going to have was also going to have a great impact to our success. And for that, we concentrated primarily a caddy style of golf. For Florida, that's gotten away from the true history of golf with cart paths and with carts and the chatter of home sites and sounds that really were planned for golf. We wanted to take the origin of golf back to its original plan, with a caddy carrying a bag as you walked 18 holes of golf. That caddy becomes part of your golf play in terms of assisting someone through 18 holes of golf, identifying the nature of your swing, your ability, your style of play, and really meshing that into a great experience over the course of 18 holes. That caddy becomes part of your play. And so we've gone out and have found very, very talented caddies that have chosen to come to Streamsong because of our style of play and the caliber of player that comes here. It is just a great match. Caddy with the golfer, with the layout of Streamsong, and then the natural beauty. Everyone, the golfer, the caddy, us, just embrace the style of golf that you can't find in Florida and only can find here. So today we have anywhere from 100 to 20 to 130 caddies full-time coming and adding that experience where truly has become part of our lifestyle here at Streamsong. And we see that, hear that, and experience that on a daily basis as guests come off round of golf, 18-hole, high fives, and really embracing the caddy and thanking them for making that experience here at Streamsong so much more unique and memorable than they could have without that individual caddy helping them through those 18 holes of golf. The layout of the courses really allow you to either be a high handicap player or a scratch golfer. And we do have a 4-tee system of golf such that if you're a senior golfer or a beginner golfer or a high handicap, we allow you to choose the tee box that is suited for your play. And that's also helpful when we have a caddy understanding that you either are a scratch golfer or a first time or high handicap. We allow that player to adjust from location of tee box, as well as allowing that caddy to offer greater assistance for those who need it, and yet for the low handicapper, giving that ability to even improve their game even greater with a very skilled caddy. Our caddies come from around the country. They typically will come in the seasons when their home courses are closed, but we have a good number of them decide to stay year-round, so to be a home course for them here at Streamsong, we do have a core amount of caddies that will be here with us year-round. As the state of Florida, fishing is almost a part of life, and so many times people come to Florida and they have a concept of what that fishing experience should be. And yet we take that just a couple steps farther in terms of allowing that fishing experience to come right close to our front door. And not just the sheer beauty that surrounds us, but the actual abundancy of fish that we have here. We take great care in the catch and release program. It is really to instill the purity of fishing and yet have the ability that you can come year after year, fish many of the different locations that we offer our guests and still have that great experience. Catching, in some cases, the largest fish you're ever going to catch in Central Florida, right here at Streamsong. As much as fishing has become a very strong popular activity here at Streamsong, one other great activity that we've added is the sporting clays. And the same amount of care has been taken with our guides, and we've purposely have located those settings to be as far away from the property as possible and yet still remain on Streamsong land. This area allows us to find a very natural setting. Well, the first restaurant that we've opened was at the time when we opened the clubhouse a year and a half ago, and that's Restaurant 59. We knew that for the golfer, they were wanting a very comfortable, well-appointed restaurant to accompany their day out on the golf courses. And so that was purposely designed to allow casual seating as well as a bar element. There's also a communal table for several golfers that are coming together in buddy golf groups to mingle and to have a meal. And then of course we've got the formal seating for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And throughout the day you'll see that restaurant transition from the way our golf is played till the time of their tee time, pre and post play, and then well into the evening after the golf course closes. As we move to the lodge, we've offered 3 other restaurants, and our lobby restaurant, P205, offers breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And there you're going to have the same level of service, but different price elements to allow the ability to have a more simpler style of service and yet have the same quality of food with with more traditional breakfast, lunch, and dinner items separate from Restaurant 59. As we move to our other two restaurants, Fragmentary Blue offers an evening sunset rooftop outdoor setting where you can have small plate food with your favorite cocktail and is allowed to have an experience of having dining outdoors throughout the day. And then our final restaurant is Soda Terra, and that is to be our signature restaurant, open for dinner, and that is our high-end specialized menu that changes seasonally to account for all the foods that might be caught, grown, or been able to purvey in a seasonal setting. So the freshest food, the freshest fish, the freshest meats and vegetables are served there in an Italian setting. With the spa, it offers the chances to bring yet another customer experience that before the lodge opened we didn't offer, and the spa is one of those where we do see our golfers use it, particularly after a day of golf, coming in, using our saunas and steam rooms, our plunge pools, but in terms of daytime, that's that element for the non-golfer who just wants to come and spend 2 hours with the treatment rooms and our hair and nail salon, as well as the pools that we offer in a very European grotto style setting. Very unique to Florida. It's co-ed. We do have areas of the spa that can be private, and yet in a grotto setting it's still open. We've designed natural lighting throughout the spa to not feel enclosed, but they'll still have privacy as needed. It's a great chance to blend that experience with the activities of outdoor, bringing them indoors. It's open throughout the day and into the evening to allow those who want to have a daytime experience and then end the evening, or rather before dinner, a spa treatment at our grotto-style European spa. To be able to have seen this property well before the courses opened, and now to see it 2+ years forward, we knew it was an incredible location. We knew that we had something special to plan for, and yet now that we're here, the customer is now asking, well, what's next? It's fun to have that customer ask that question. We are grateful that they have that confidence in what we've done so far, and to be thinking what we would do in the future. Yes, we do have plans. Yes, we would like to take this incredible experience to the next level. We're taking our care, just as we have in the other openings, to do it in a style, in the care, so that when we take this property to the next level, that the same experience and thrill that you've had so far is captured in that next step. We know that there's more ahead. Our customers telling us what they want. We're going to pay good attention to that. But for right now, we're very pleased with the clubhouse, with the 36 holes, and the lodge offering. And yet the future does have the ability to add some great services down the way.
One of the things we'd really like your viewers to know is how proud we are, and I think how proud they should be as residents of Polk County, that we have 2 of the best golf courses in the world right here in Polk County, and how helpful the county government and other government officials have been in allowing this project to happen and helping us get it permitted and built. Our local commissioners, our state senators and representatives, our Commissioner of Agriculture, they have all been very helpful, and are as proud as we are that this special place is in their district. We have created a pretty sizable tax base. We're very proud of the jobs that we've created. There are over 300 new jobs here, good paying jobs, and 120 or so caddies who have made Polk County their home. Streamsong is a luxury destination resort right here in southwest Polk County. It is very much of a retreat. It's peaceful, it's quiet, it's so unlike anything on Florida's coastline where, we love our coastline, but it's fairly congested. We love our theme park areas, but it's fairly congested. Streamsong is the opposite of that. It's beautiful, luxurious, finely appointed, great golf, great fishing, great food, great spa, great shooting, all of that. But it's very peaceful. It's the kind of place where you can come, you can have the best round of golf you've ever had in your life. The best food, the best romantic weekend, the best business meeting. It is really an amazing place, and we hope folks come out here and try it.